Welcome traders to the event. My name is Sean Kozak, the founder of NeuroStreet. And I'm excited because there's a lot of new faces in here, a lot of new names. So welcome for those of you that are just joining us for the first time. And those of you that are joining us for a second time or a third time, or if you're just a regular trader with us, we always welcome our regular traders. And, this is a really important event because, a lot of traders are looking to supplement an income in the financial markets. And depending on how much you're trading with, you may or may not have a lot of capital, or you may have a large account or a small account. But the most important part is that you have a strategy that you can trade and you can actually accomplish your goals with, right? There's a lot of ways to trade, but not all of them produce the outcome that we're looking to achieve. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how you can leverage NeuroStreet's stock trading program using our software and our strategies and our trade room and our education to be able to do just that, get the results that you want, that you need, that you deserve, so that you can ultimately make some changes. Now, many of you guys are probably coming from different experience levels. I don't know if you've traded before or if you have experience. Maybe you can type in the chat box if you're a full-time trader, a part-time trader, what markets you're primarily trading, stocks, futures, forex. If you're struggling, if you're not, where you're from, just kind of put a little bit in the chat box. I always like to kind of know who's here. We've got a lot of traders, so it's nice to just kind of get acclimated and welcome. A couple groundkeeping rules. We are recording the event, so if you can't stay for the entire webinar, rest assured we will send it to you. Okay, we will send it to you, and we will make sure that we get you any links or any information that you need to be able to follow up with us accordingly. And if you have questions, please type them in the chat box, but please keep in mind that I am presenting. So if I don't get to them right away, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not skirting around your question or anything like that. I'm simply just trying to stay on topic so that I can get to the points at hand, and then we'll spend some time at the end of the event going over Q&A. So that being said, traders, let's jump in here because we've got a lot to cover. So welcome. Need to go over a quick disclaimer. We are going to be showing real trades, real fills, examples that are important. Not just, hey, did you look at that chart? Hey, did you see that setup? We're going to talk about trades that were actually taken, and we need to make sure that we know that risks are a part of the business. We're not here to give you signals, advice, or any type of insight to buy or sell. And know this, that if you do place a trade, it is at your own discretion. Past performance never guarantees future results. So now that we've got that out of the way, guys, let's jump in to the meat and potatoes. I do want to introduce myself, give you a little bit of breakdown of who I am, because I do know that there's a lot of new traders in here, so that's fantastic. We're going to break down the difference between what a hobbyist does and what a trader does, because there's a very fine line between the two, and a lot of traders get it confused. There's going to be a lot of yeah, buts, and what ifs. I don't blame you. If you didn't have them, I would probably question you, right? And the main objective here is that I want to give you a reason, a logical, methodical, proven reason why you should actually listen to what I'm about to show you today. There is a lot of noise out there, guys, and it's very important that we sort through it quickly so that we don't get lost in the shuffle. I'm going to give you a 4-step trading plan, the exact same 4-step trading plan that I used to trade this morning for a profitable day, the exact same 4-step trade plan that we use not only in our stocks and options program, but also in our other programs, because when it's not broken, don't fix it. When you have a proven system and you have a proven model, you just need to teach traders how to do it. And that's what we're going to do here today, is I'm going to teach you exactly how we trade. We have many strategies, but I'm going to teach you the simplest one first, because the objective is to get you making money very quickly. And then you can start, testing the waters with some of the other setups, right? A lot of traders try to do too much at once. And the objective is to get you to the finish line quickly and efficiently, so that you're not sitting there spinning your wheels, and then you can add to your education after, right? Too many traders try to overload. I'm going to show you some live trades. We're going to go over some real fills. We're going to talk about some of the reviews. We've got several hundred reviews online with an excellent, almost 5-star rating, just close to it, actually. And I want to talk a little bit about what we do in our communities. We have private communities, chat rooms over and above our trade rooms. So we have our live trade rooms. We have our live trading where we trade with instructors, myself and our other instructors. And then we also have an environment where we actually put trades and scanners and stuff in private chat rooms for traders to communicate with. And then if you like what we've got here, how many of you guys have heard of Netflix before? Can you guys just type a yes in the chat box? I know it's a rhetorical question, but I just want to see if you're awake and listening to me. If you're listening to YouTube or you've got some Mariah Carey on in the background, shut it down, guys. I'm about to blow your mind here. No jokes, all kidding aside. This is going to be an event you're going to want to pay attention to. So give me your undivided attention. It's a very short period of time during the day, and we will be ready to move and groove, okay? We've got an offer at the end of the event. If you like what we're seeing here, I will be providing you with an opportunity to buy something. So let's get that right out of the way, right? We're not going to, we wouldn't be in business if we weren't making revenue to be able to support the demand of the customers. But I just want to make sure that you understand I'm going to give you a whole lot more value than is delivered at the end. So that being said, if you have questions, save them to the end. Sean Kozak is my name. I'm the founder of NSTA. I have a very simple model. No bullshit, no snake, no fluff, no false hopes, guys. This is financial trading. It's already daunting as it is, and there's no need for any smoke or mirrors, right? I've had the privilege of trading with thousands of traders, literally thousands of traders from all over the world. And it's very simple. In order for me to help you today, because you came here for transformation. You did not come here for information. You came here for transformation. You're looking to accomplish something, which is making money. And in order for me to do that, you're going to need to learn how we trade. You're going to need to learn the indicators that are being used. You'll need to be a part of our trading room. And you need to prove, okay, you need to prove that you're consistent in a simulated account before you go live. Can everybody give me a hoorah or a yes? Type a Y in the chat box if that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, right? You got to learn a little bit first, and then you got to practice a little bit, and then it's ready to go gangbusters, okay? Now, we've been able to prove this time and time and again with all of our clients. And I'm going to show you how to do that here today. So if you have any questions, you want to speak to me directly, my team, okay? Anybody that works for NeuroStreet as an open door policy, we're an email or phone call away. Plus, I could put you in touch with probably 100 of our traders just right off the top of our head who will just openly speak to you. So if you're new here and you really want to just, do some due diligence after the event, please let us know. We're here to help. So let's cut through the noise. This is the most important slide on the deck. Very, very important. I need to know why you guys started trading. I know this is I don't normally like to talk marketing and sales, guys. I'm a trader first and foremost. Yes, I'm good at selling, but that's not my passion. My passion is financial trading. But let me just kind of get right down to the brass tacks. Is it family? Is it lifestyle? Like, how many of you guys, like, what is your reason? Like, what got you into the business? I just need to know where you're at. We've got Amit, Aries, Attila, Benjamin, Bill, Chabukim, David, Doug, Ed, Jeff, Gilbert, Gord. There's a lot of you. Talk to me, guys. Let me know where you're at. What is it? You trying to supplement an income? You trying to overcome struggle, sense of achievement, financial freedom? You want to travel? Like, where is the underlying reason that gets you up in the morning besides the money? Okay. And I asked this very openly. Okay. Okay. Consulting needed money. Jeet says need money for crack. Yeah. Yeah. The financial crack. Yeah. Supplement income. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of get right down to it, guys. The reason I asked, it's kind of a trick question. It's kind of a trick question. And I lead with this because I really see a lot of garbage out there, and I'm going to just speak openly with you, a little bit of a rant here, go off on a tangent, but there is so much noise out there promising the future and promising you can travel the world and promise that you can supplement an income and, oh my God, COVID this, so you need to learn how to trade and all. Guys, man, I've never seen it so bombarded with bullshit in my life. And I'm just saying this openly because I'm here to tell you it's never been more important to get as real as possible. You need to learn how to make money. End of story. You go work for a bank. They don't care about your family. They don't care about where you want to live. They want to care if you can turn a profit on the desk. Wall Street is a greed business. No offense. It is all about the Benjamins. End of story. I don't care. If you go down to a prop firm, do you really think they care about where you want to go for the weekend? No, they want to know if you can turn a profit. Why is it any different for you and your money? Why is it any different for your bank account? Why should it be any different? You need to get real clear on this, guys. If you're going to get into trading, cut out the noise, get back into the reality check. It's about the money. It always has been about the money. And somewhere down the line, we all lost focus. And I like to bring everybody back down to, what we call base camp before you start trying to climb Everest and realize that, oh, wait a second, I've been tinkering over here and I've been buying this trade room over here and this system over there. And oh my God, and I broke some rules over here. What happened to learning that this is a business of capital management? The term being a trader is the name we give ourselves, but you're actually a money manager. Okay. So you need to learn how to manage money, which is therefore the art of trading. So does everybody, can you guys agree with me that none of it, you can't spend more time with your family if you don't got Benjamins? If you don't have income coming in from trading, you're not going to be able to quit your 9 to 5. So don't give me any of that baloney that it's anything else other than the money. I'm kind of a hard shoot it by the hip kind of guy, guys. I hope you guys can embrace with that, because my only objective here is to get you making money. Can we all agree that that's why you came here? Perfect. So let's move on. Now we're on the same page. This is now where everybody's got a brick wall as high as the, the Great Wall of China. Yeah, but Sean, how can I trust you? How can I be sure that you've got a good trading system? Yeah, but I've been struggling so much. What if I can't do it? All this garbage that's been lodged into the back of your subconscious mind, being told by you and all the extra jargon out there, has somehow made it you believe that you can't trust somebody else, that they can show you how to succeed. I'm here to show you examples. The only way you're going to believe somebody is by seeing examples. Can we agree that seeing is believing a lot of times? Because most people say, oh, you just got to believe, got to have faith, got to have trust. Yeah, the faith becomes a little bit more easy. The faith becomes a little bit more easy when you start seeing it, when you start understanding it, when you see it demonstrated. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to ask you kindly to take a deep breath and give me an opportunity to do something different for a change. Okay. And kind of open you up to a few different contexts and a few different examples as to why what we're about to show you today actually could potentially change your life if you let it. Okay. So in order for me to teach you what we do, how many of you guys trade stocks? Just type a yes. This is a stock webinar, guys. Type a yes if you're into the stock market. And I'm hoping for everybody to kind of give me some, I'm assuming a lot of you guys are trading stocks. Okay. Good. Stocks and options, right? Options is stocks. You just can't, you got to learn the stock before you can trade the option. If you're trading options and you don't understand the stock, you're shooting by the hip. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to explain a few things. The stock market is completely different than futures, Forex, cryptocurrencies. Stocks have an outlier advantage, because stocks, you can take fundamentals and you can help back up the technical. The problem with futures and Forex, not that they're bad markets to trade, we trade them very profitably in our other rooms. But what stocks does, if you're interested in learning how to trade stocks very efficiently, is that there's 8,000 of them, actually 8,443 to be exact, including ETFs and warrants. So what happens is we're not just relying on a technical first, because when you can take fundamental information and use it to power a technical trade setup, it can do things that are outrageously powerful. Okay. And what we've done is we've built some scanners, and we have them in two different platforms. We have them in Trade Ideas and we have them in TC2000. We use those platforms for scanning and charting, and then you can use a broker, whichever broker you use for trading. I trade off NinjaTrader, and they clear through IB and TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. If you want to trade through TradeStation, you can do clear through any broker you want. But at the end of the day, we need to teach you what we're doing first. And we're looking at fundamentals relative to price, volume, float, short interest ratio, and then relative volume in the very short relative time. And depending on the scanners that we're using, we're looking for small cap stocks or even sector stocks, sector scan stocks that are going to hit our fundamental scanners. And then we sort by relative volume, okay, so that we can identify stocks that are in play. Now, the reason this is important is because if you try to trade a technical strategy just in and of itself, patterns, any type of indicator systems, they might work from time to time, but over the long haul, you're going to be fighting the advantage of having fundamentals to back your strategy. In futures and Forex, you've got maybe 10 markets. Futures markets, maybe 10 basket of instruments. In Forex, you got your majors and your minors, if you know anything about those other markets. But in stocks, you need to go where the prop firms are. The prop shops are what make your market. Like, that's where the prop firms are trading. And you need to go where they're going. Because if you don't know where they're heading with their volume, and you don't understand how to read the shift of volume from one stock to another, you're missing out on huge opportunity, but you're not trading like a professional. You're trading like a retail gambler. And I'm speaking from someone that knows from experience. And here's one thing I'll tell you. We trade what the prop shops are looking at. End of story. There's no reason for anything else of it. Why would you want to? Right? Now, this method applies for both stocks and options because you can also trade options on the instruments. Now, we only look at options on large caps and swing trades majorly. We're not day trading options in our school. However, we have an options course and we have everything going in there. So if you are interested in options, you're definitely in the right place because we've got some great stuff to show you. And prop firms, proprietary trading firms, any company on Wall Street or Chicago or New York or any place like in London that has equities prop shops that are trading stocks with anywhere between 10 to 20 traders or more on their proprietary desk, because they're trading big money scaled over a lot of traders. Okay, so that's where the volume's headed. So just kind of put things into perspective. We're going to look at I'm going to show you the scans today that we were using, and we're going to show you what we're looking at, because out of 8,000 stocks, we narrow it down to like 5 or 6 for the day. Okay. So I'm a firm believer that as much as humans are an intelligent species, we need to trade the market like a monkey eating a banana. Why do I say this? Because there's a lot of moving parts, and the human mind can only multitask at so many points at a moment. So if we simplify your trade strategy down to a step-by-step linear path, you can trade like a robot without having to be a robot. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you've ever read a good book, you'll remember a good book by the frameworks that are in those books. Meaning, if the book has a step-by-step action plan or a list or a checklist or a framework, anything that makes your mind visually learn something so that you can learn it in stages, you will retain more of it and you will become better at it faster. The objective of trading is not about knowing a lot. I know that everybody in here, the entire group of traders in here, knows a whole lot about trading. Knowledge means jack, you know what, because I know a lot of smart traders that don't make money. So my job is to break this down into 4 steps for you. Very simple. The first step is you need to understand how to sort your scanners. The scanners are going to do everything for you. They're going to help you get you the opportunity. And when a new opportunity comes in play, you'll be notified on the scanner. And then you build your watch list quickly. We're not trading more than a few markets anyways at a time. So there's no need to get overwhelmed just because there's a whole lot of stocks in the scanners. A lot of traders will get overwhelmed by scanners because there's so much going on. We don't do that because we have a filtering process that we only look at the most important things. The second step is the strategy. You cannot deploy a strategy unless you know where you're trying to trade it. So I'm a big believer of fundamentals leading a strategy. The scanners are the fundamentals that give us the opportunity to look for a pattern driven by a stock that's going to give us more probability. If you are, and just so you understand, we're directionally trading the market, we're trend trading momentum and trend trades, and we're always looking for pattern entries. Now, there's a few different patterns that we trade. We trade the orbs, we trade flags, ABCD apex breaks, VWAPs, but at the end of the day, what it really boils down to is multi-time frame alignment. And I'll show you the workspace. We're going to show you the charts. We're going to show you everything. So don't worry. I know that I'm just explaining this, but I like to lead with some theory first and then you understand it. Trade management is what everybody needs to become the master of. But here's one thing. I'll just let you in a little secret. 90% of all traders fail, right? That's some statistic that everybody likes to drop the bomb on. I don't believe in that. I believe that there's a lot of people that fail. I also believe that there's a lot of people would do a lot better if they didn't try to go right to step 3 before they understood step 1 and step 2. Everybody just can easily click the button and get into a trade. That's the problem. We all have the disease of the click, 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 clicks, and that's what costs you a lot of money if you don't know why you're clicking. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure step 1 is mastered by you, step 2 is mastered by you, then and only then should you get into a trade. And when you get into a trade and you understand steps 1 and steps 2, you're going to feel a whole lot more confident, a whole lot more comfortable, and you'll know why you're taking the trade. Step 4 is about keeping a journal, just keeping stats, making sure that you're logging your trades and knowing what you can do to improve or enhance or change so that you can become a better trader. How many of you guys think that if I could just show you this and show you exactly what we're doing, you could learn this? This is it. This is your trading plan. Could you give me a yes? If you think that this is easy enough, that the framework is easy enough for you to understand, does everybody here kind of understand that? Like, I showed this to my sister, okay? And she's like, I don't even know what trading is, but I could learn that, right? The reason is because when it becomes daunting and overwhelming, traders don't like to take on the task of learning it, right? Like we're always looking. If I told you that you could get 6-pack abs in 6 minutes versus I'm going to make you count calories for the next 90 days and you got to learn how to eat this vegetable and this tuna salad and all that, you're going to want 6-pack abs in 6 minutes first and foremost, right? Only to realize you need to count the calories too, but you can get the gist, right? So let me show you an example. This is an example of a workspace. And what I want to do is I just want to kind of map it out. Now, I don't use level 2 and time and sales as much in the classroom because I believe it's a fine-tuned art. I know a lot of traders and a lot of instructors in other environments might look at time and sales and level 2, but I just believe that it's just overwhelming. I've been able to successfully trade the stock market without using it. Could it help me? Yes. Is it in one of our workspaces? Yes, we pre-build it for you. But realistically, I'll just show you my current workspace and all I have is the scanners and the charts. So this is kind of where I keep track of the money. This is the scanner over here. Okay, this is my halt screener. So I understand if any of the stocks are getting halted. This is the time and sales. This is the level 2. Like I said, I'm not using those as much. And that's a 5-minute chart. Now I'm going to show you another workspace of a few other examples. Right now I'm trading with a 5-minute and a 1-minute. So I've got these two split with a 1-minute over here, and we're going to talk about that. Then I've got a correlation chart down here to take a look at what the futures are doing, because I do believe that today is a great example. After news came out, the futures started tanking and it pulled the equities down with it. And this is a daily chart down here, and we're going to talk about it. Now, the main tools that I'm using, just so you guys understand, I'm using scanning platforms. We have all the scanners pre-configured for you. So if you're going to trade stocks with us, you're going to need to use these platforms for scanning. Why? Because they're the better platforms in the industry. How many of you guys have heard of Trade Ideas and TC2000? Can you guys just type a yes if you guys have heard about it? If you've ever heard of them, or if you've ever used them, or if you're familiar with them, let me just tell you, I'm going to show you what they look like. We've arranged special discounts to use their platforms. So like TC2000 is very inexpensive. We've got a really great deal. And Trade Ideas it's a really, really awesome opportunity for really advanced scanners. And we're going to go into that here in a moment. But the way we're trading is we're looking at momentum. I'm looking at wave analysis. So I'm counting structure waves. So we're looking at Elliott wave analysis. It's very important for directional trading is to know Elliott wave analysis. We're not trading Elliott wave. So let me make the big, let me make it very clear. We're not Elliott wave traders, but we count the waves. So it's very, very important to know how to count your structure and trend analysis. We look at VWAPs. We're looking at averages. We're looking at market correlation. We map out daily levels, where you can look at time and sales in level 2. And this is our custom execution platform that we trade off of, which is this nice, really fancy chart trading execution tool over here. Okay. And the main objective here is that is a tool that we've built on the NinjaTrader platform. Now, a lot of our indicators are all built on NinjaTrader. We have a lot of them on TradeStation as well, and also on TradingView, but this is a NinjaTrader layout. Now, I'm a NinjaTrader user, so if you're not using NinjaTrader, you don't actually need to pay for NinjaTrader to trade their simulated platform accounts. So if you're not using Ninja, don't worry. You can use their platform for free on a simulated data feed. And you can get up and running, and you can start practicing and get used to it, right? But the main objective here is to just know what that is. That's a chart trading platform, and what we do is we plan our risk and reward ratios, and we do all of our money management planning on that. And I've just gotten spoiled to using it because I used to trade off hotkeys, and I used to trade off dome tickets and stuff, and you can be so much more faster, more accurate using a chart trader application than say using other rudimentary platform skills like Thinkorswim and Interactive Brokers and all these other platforms out there, like Lightspeed and all. To me, they're garbage. They're great platforms, but they're just garbage for execution. And so for me, I just let you know why we do the things we do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some examples. Okay. Some trade examples. This is an example of a trade I took. You'll see I'm not just showing wins. Like you see, there's a $2,600 loss there in the watch list, right? Like these are wins. I took those trades in the class, right? And this is just one of our setups. We took off the VWAP break on wave 2 pullback. We'll go into the rules of the setups. I just want to show you actual trades and fills. There's an apex break on a 5-minute chart that was taken. You'll see here, like there's losses in there too, right? Like it's not just about showing all the wins. I'm just showing you examples of the trades. And we'll go into the scanners today. I'll show you the trades I took today, so you can see actual trades taken this morning in the class. But here's another example of a nice big trade we took off here, and you'll notice the scanners have losses in them too. Do you see that? I think that's really important. I like to repeat that, because what happens a lot of times is, there's this thing called cherry picking. Anybody ever heard of cherry picking before? Cherry picking is where you only look at the good. You never talk about the bad. I don't think you can ever get ahead doing that. You need to own it, right? So these are some great examples. This was an opening range breakout trade. It was a really fast trade off the open. The only time I'll trade those is in very aggressive markets when the market's really bullish. This was another apex break on the 5-minute. That was a really big day, really nice day. And what's really interesting is why we're trading these stocks. It really it's not so much about the trade. I think it's nice to see examples. I think here's another example of a trade that I took. That was a nice trade. Let's talk a little bit about the trades I took today. Let's go and take a look at some of the trades I took today. So I took 3 trades actually today, and I just want to kind of talk a little bit of what you're seeing here. This is a layout that I trade on, and the only 2 stocks I traded was CanF and SVRA. Missed a couple stock trades for sure, and I only traded in the morning session, so I didn't trade in the afternoon. But I just want to talk a little bit about what you're seeing here, okay? Because I really want to teach you my signature trade. And I really think that it's important that you learn that when you come into NeuroStreet, we're going to teach you a signature trade. We're going to teach you to become a master of something, not a jack of all, right? We're going to teach you how to become a master of something, because when you become really good at one thing, you become really good at it, and then you can be really efficient and be very confident in it. And then you can take expansion on that. You can expand on that. This morning in the pre-market, I want to pull up a Discord room here this morning. just want to go into the stock class for a second. So I just want to take a look at the time. I just want to kind of go in here. This is our stock thread. So I just want to talk a little bit about, it says right here. I'm just going to look at this for a second. It said pre-market looks ripe for the picking. This was 4:47 in the morning. You say, Jesus, Sean, you drink some good coffee. I'm actually down in Mexico right now, so I run our trade rooms from my place down in Mexico. If you ever want to come down to Mexico, you have a spare room, you can easily hit the beach and drink some pina coladas, and you can enjoy some tacos, whatever you want. But for the most part, I just want to let you know that that's why the time zone is 4:47, because it's 3 hours different from Eastern Standard Time. So that would be 7:47 today at 7:47. 3 hours, yeah. So the main objective here is that I posted in the morning, okay, in the pre-market. And here's the thing, okay, this was all I was looking at right here, these three pink things. These three pink things. You say, what are those three pink things, Sean? It's relative volume. Everything else in my scanner that I posted in the chat rooms this morning for our traders, I'm only paying attention to this stock, and this stock. Everything down here is a no-go for me. So even though my scanners are all loading up with all these fundamental opportunities, I'm only interested where the institutions and the pre-market professionals are trading in the pre-market, because that's who's trading in the pre-market, is some guys that really know what's going on. So as soon as I had an opportunity this morning, right after I posted it, I just took the trade because it was my setup. It was what I was waiting for. And I'm going to go and show you the charts here, but I just posted it because as soon as I have an opportunity to execute, I don't hesitate. When you have a strategy and you know what you're looking for, you just don't hesitate, you execute. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to show you this, and I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing. So just so you know, this is the Trade Idea Scanner. And all we're doing is we're sorting. Whenever stocks hit the scanner, I never ever pay attention to this column, 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 and this column, because I know that if they're in the scanner, all of these are true. Everything in all of these columns are set predetermined by us. And then the only thing that I'm paying attention to is this really nice pink and blue column right here, because it's all about volume. I don't care what any other professional tells you. You cannot be a trader without volume and range. If anybody tries to tell you differently, either they've got something that they're doing completely off kilter, or they're feeding you a load of bullshit. Straight up. If you don't have volume, you don't have liquidity, you can't take trades, and there's no market. And you can't make money unless you get in from a separate point here and it goes this way, or you get in here and it goes this way. You have to have range, you have to have movement. That's the only two ways traders can make money, volume and range. So in a stock world where there's 8,000 stocks, we narrow it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stocks today. We are able to sort through 8,000 stocks, and that's where the prop firms are basically looking at right now. It's the stocks that are in play right now. Doesn't mean there's not going to be a new stock that are being in play later. It doesn't mean that there wasn't one earlier that dropped out of the scanner. Right now, those stocks, see how the stocks just updated? Stocks will come in and out of the scanner, but the only thing I care about is the pink. You know, I always have this, I would make this joke, love is greater than fear, right? Love is greater than fear. Well, whenever I see the pink, I say, I love to look at these stocks, because to me, it's simple. I'm not having to pay attention to anything else other than the pink. Okay. So we're going to just bring this down here. Give me a second here, guys. Just like that. Keeping it simple. And then I sort by relative volume. So this morning, this stock was there. You'll see CanF was here. I always like to see if the stock has news on it. And basically, this stock had really good news on it this morning. It had a licensing deal right here basically signed a $42.7 million licensing deal. I don't even read the report. I'm not an analyst. Neither are you. Your job is not to have an opinion on the market. All that matters is that the fundamentals met the queue to get in the scanner, and there's news on the stock, which means there's going to be a lot of activity. And all we're doing is waiting for our cue. So you notice how there's 4 circles on this chart? 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're doing, and I'm going to make this really, really easy, because I think that if you really think something is easy, you'll want to learn it. Okay. My 5-minute chart. Oh yeah, by the way, this is for day trading. If you want to swing trade and you want to learn how to trade options and invest and stuff like that, trust me, we cover that as well in the tail end of the classes in the morning. But mostly this is for day trading, this discussion. Okay. 1-minute chart. Just picture this. I want you to picture this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many of you guys can count to 5? Can you guys give me a yes? How many can count to 5? I'm not joking. I'm being realistic. A lot of people don't count in the markets. They don't understand how to count the trends. So every on a good day, I can only until 4. Well, here's the reason. I'm looking to trade this pullback, any pullbacks that are in here, and this pullback here. Sometimes you'll have a pullback in the middle of wave 3, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to be trading these 2 pullbacks. Why? Because what's going to happen is we're going to have an opportunity for when this comes down and does this. Boom. I'm looking for that pattern on the 1-minute chart. That's my signature trade. We teach about 7 different trades in the stock courses in our back end in the members area. But this is an explosive trade, and I'm going to explain this trade to you. This is a reversal trade that is engaging in a higher time frame trend pullback. And all we're doing is we're waiting for the pullback, and we're waiting for this pattern. The entry is right here. The entry is right here. And the stop loss goes right there, right there. Does that make sense to you? Like, you put a buy stop order in here. So as the market's coming down, puts in the low, puts in a lower high, puts in a higher low. This is my cue, the higher low. As soon as that higher low holds, all I'm doing is I'm putting a buy stop order right here. And as it trades through, entered, trade entered, stop loss goes here, targets, okay? The reason this is a powerful trade is because when you have wave counts, wave 3 is the most powerful and explosive wave that there is in a directional environment. So when you're on the right side of the flow, which is why directional trading can be very powerful, momentum trading can be very powerful, you're in it to win it. In Mexico, we say rapido. What does that mean? Super fast. Targets are hit super fast. How many of you guys are in a trade and you're like, I really hope it hits my target. I really hope it hits my target. Oh, I hope it doesn't hit my stop. Oh my God, it's going back and forth. It's going back and forth. What we do here doesn't give you the case of the, oh shit, I hope it works. This type of trading is you're either hitting your targets really quick or you're not. You're not sitting there white knuckling it. And I'd rather be on the right side of the higher time frame and on the right side of the smaller time frame in both scenarios. So what this means is we have multi-time frame alignment and we're waiting for pattern entry triggers. Does everybody understand that? Give me a yes if that kind of makes sense to you. I don't expect everybody to get it right out the gates, but I want to show you some visual examples. Okay? Let's do this. So let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Let's count for a second. I'm going to count here for a second. We're going to do some counting here. Starting off at 0 when the impulse happens. 1, 2. Okay. This is technically 3, 4. Okay. 5. So after 5, I don't touch the stock until it sells off and it re-rotates. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm just going to show you the environments. This is actually not of interest to me. Market came in. Impulse, this is pre-market. Boom, 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 boom. There's three places I look to engage in trades. The VWAP, okay? Here at the 9-period average, here at the 20. I'm paying attention to the structure, has to be structure, momentum, and volume. Okay, so here's the key. Okay, when it gets to an area of interest, okay, I need to go into the data. I'm not trading on the 5-minute, I'm trading on the 1-minute, but the 5-minute is my decision maker. It's really simple. 5-minute chart is my entry, is my decision maker, and the 1-minute is my risk chart. So what ends up happening is I'm looking for my pattern. Take these off because we didn't pull back deep enough. There was actually 2 patterns that came in here. I just caught the next one. There was actually 2 that came in here, and both of them hit targets. And we're going to talk about it. Okay. This one here is on the 1-minute. This one here is on the 5-minute. So I wouldn't trade this one because it's not at my area on the 5-minute chart. I only trade at the right areas on the 5-minute chart. So let me just show you this. What do you see here? High or low, failed on the breakthrough, stop went right below that pivot. And what happened? Explosive move very quickly. Why would I want to be in a trade that explodes in my favor very quickly? Can anybody give me an answer to that? Why would I want to be in a trade that works in my favor really quickly? The answer should be, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to be in a trade that has the potential to give you very fast opportunity with high probability? It has nothing to do with losing. I don't want to be in a trade that's going to sit and mess around for a long period of time. Here's the thing. We are not swing trading here. We are day trading. So the longer you're in the market, the longer the market can prove you wrong. Okay. The longer you're in the market, the longer the market can prove you wrong. Get in and get out, make your paycheck. If you want to swing trade, you want to do it on bigger time frames. Okay. Smaller time frames are noisy. A lot of misreading of information. So this was a great trade. And then this happened. That's institutional flushing. And that happened right at the 5 o'clock mark, which was right at 8 o'clock. Okay. So right at 8 o'clock is normally when you'll normally get a flush. Okay. And if you see this, yeah, exactly. Money's available for another trade. Let's go and take a look. I took another trade. I actually took 2 trades on SVRA, and I took a win and then I took a loss, which is fine. And then there wasn't any other really, really great trades, so I didn't really trade anymore, which is fine. But the main objective for me was SVRA. Let's go take a look at SVRA. Okay, so here's the thing. SVRA had a lot of pre-market activity. Okay. And then what ended up happening is it ripped to the upside in the pre-market in the European London session. And then what ended up happening is, and in the overnight, and then what ended up happening is it pulled back. And as soon as it made that lower low, I will not engage in the stock on the 5-minute chart until I see the higher high. I need the wave count to be on my side. I need to see the 5-minute on my side so that I understand buyers are controlling the stock. Really simple. Price going higher highs, buyers are pushing price up. Prices going lower lows, very simple. Buyers pushing prices down. It's that simple. But it's not really that simple when you don't have a strategy attached to it, right? If you're just thinking prices are going up or prices are going down, I always draw circles so that in the classroom, you know where we're going to be taking trades. You're going to get so good at drawing the circle, you're not going to want to ever trade ever again without drawing a circle on your chart. Why? Because it's going to make you so disciplined that you're going to be so equipped to be able to just know exactly where you take your trades every single time, so that there's no confusion, so that you don't get sucked into the, okay, I think the market's doing this, and I think the market's doing that. How many of you guys have ever fell victim to that, where you have an opinion and I think it's going to do this, and you get in for some random reason, or you have the wrong opinion and you jump the gun or something? Okay, I'm here to tell you right now. Yeah, no problem, Amit. We'll send you a recording, brother. We'll take care of you, and we'll get you everything out. Right? Never been wrong, Mark. Come work for me, brother. I need more trade room moderators to run my other classes. But here's the thing, guys. This circle was drawn on purpose. And the reason is because it was the first higher high. So this is, to me, this is now moving into the wave impulse. Okay. To me, this is all wave one right here. So this is wave 1, 2 pullback. So what I said in the trade room is I said, as long as we hold the lows on the 5-minute chart, as long as we don't break below the lows here, and we put in our pattern. Okay, let's go over here to Sarah. Let's go take a look at this. And I took a stop later on, but I'll show you this trade. And take a look. Like, we're talking laser finesse entries. Watch the pattern. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is, higher low. At that point in time, we take our execution platform. I put my order in here. Just going to bring this up here for a second. Drag our chart trader down. This is our chart trading platforms that allows us to be able to set up the orders, and this is why I use Ninjas, because we built this. Okay. What's really nice is you can come in here and you can set your stops, you can set your dollar risk. Everything is a part of this, right? And all of that. And so, you know, if you take a look here, wait for it. There was the open. It filled me off the open real quickly and it just shot straight up in like an impulse. But if you take a look at the pattern, is that not the same pattern? It's really that simple. 0 to 1, 2 higher low, break on 3 full, stop gets put in here, target go. I got good slippage on the exit there too. But this is what I'm going to be teaching you. Now, I took a stop out later on this market, but that's not the point. Ending positive with green on your screen is the point every single day as best as possible. Okay. And you'll see this stock just ripped. Could I have had a bigger target? Yes, but I have a trade plan in place that I need to buffer 2 trades before I go for 2 to 1s and 3 to 1s. So for me, I'm looking to make my daily paycheck first, and then I'll start swinging for the fences. My objective as a money manager is to get paid first and then get fancy. How many of you guys would rather just make your pay, I need to make 500 a day, or I need to make 750 today, every day, whatever your goal is, we can help you get there. We can help you put a plan in place, but then hit that. And then you can buffer your trades so that no matter what, you end positive, right? So you can use good money management practices. Don't give back all your profits. And then you can swing for bigger trades if the market gives it to you. It's a really sound approach, because now you're not giving back all your trades and you can really hit some really big trades on really big days. Now, the reason the market, sold off today is because after news came out, the Russell was the weakest market. This green market is the RTY, that's the Russell. And the NASDAQ was the strongest market. And what ended up happening is, even though the markets were strong coming into the pre-market, after news, they tanked. So coming into the markets after lunch would be very aggressive, not trading. And the Russell was the weaker market. So trading small caps coming later into the day is going to be a little harder. And what we found is that all of the best trading took place here. And then after that, it was a lot harder for follow through. Well, what do you mean? We start our classroom at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We trade pre-market, Richard, every morning. We trade before the stock market opens because the market starts trading at 4 a.m. Pre-market traders are trading the gap standards. No, the stock market opens for the rest of the world, but pre-market trading starts at 4 a.m., Richard. Yeah, so you can trade stocks from 4 a.m. As soon as a trade hits the scanners and it hits everything, from 4 a.m. onward, you can trade anything. You can facilitate an order in your broker pre-market, not a question asked. Yeah. That's why pre-market scanners are used, because that's why a lot of the best traders normally make all their money before the market opens. Because you're going to only have you'll probably have maybe 2 or 3 stocks in here hitting really, really big volume, and they're all the big guys know what's going on early morning. But the main objective here, guys, is to teach you a pattern that can be repeated. So what I want to do is I just want to kind of go back and share a few things, because, these are all examples, but one of the things that I like to do is I just like to kind of put the proof in the pudding. You guys can go and read them if you want. We've got over 260 reviews on Trustpilot. That's a Google website that we don't control. So if a person puts a good review or a bad review, we don't control it. We can dispute it, but we can't control it, right? So the reason we use this is because we feel that let people tell you what they've experienced with us. So if you're new to us or you've never been with us before, um, we really do have your back. And there's a lot of things out there that are, they're okay, but they're not going to do what we are qualified to do. When I say that very strongly and openly, is like we're an academy that a lot of our traders go and work for prop firms. We've got a lot of traders that go and work for proprietary firms, not just in stocks, but for futures and Forex. We've got a lot of really powerful traders, right? There's a link Ashley just put in the chat box there for you. If you ever just want to go and read the reviews. Richard's asking a great question. He says, what about post-market? Yeah, there's actually some pretty hardcore trades that take place post-market. I'm not a big fan of the post-market, mainly because a lot of the big guys are shutting down for the day. Yes, there are a lot if it's post-market news and all that stuff, but normally there's a power hour in the afternoon, but pre-market's going to give you better odds over time, Richard. So as I mentioned, we have chat rooms for all of our courses and all of our trading rooms. So we've got a futures room, a Forex room, a stock room, an options room, right? Swing trading threads, live trading pictures, traders posting their trades on all the different markets. This is something that comes with our school, and it's something that you'll be able to take advantage of, because what happens is when the trade rooms are open, it's really great to be in the trading rooms with instructors. But when the trade rooms are done, what ends up happening is now you're left by yourself. How many of you guys have felt lonely as a trader? You're like, I just want to talk to other traders. I've got questions or I want to run an idea. How about sometimes you have a winning trade and you just want to share your success? It's just nice to be able to kind of sit in that glory for a moment, right? Well, that's what we do here. We've got lots of traders in lots of different environments that will communicate with you. This is not some signal room that's going to drive you nuts. I know there's a lot of chat rooms out there that are just so noisy and they can just really drive you crazy. I don't like those types of rooms, so we've discouraged that. It's really simple. We post live trades, we post scanners, we post pre-market setups, we post ideas, and we give feedback, and we can communicate with other traders. Plus, you'll have the ability to communicate with the instructors in here, which is a privilege. Most trading companies don't let you just talk to the instructors, right? So myself and the other guys that run the rooms, you can communicate with us, message us, no questions asked. All right. So what I want to do here is I want to talk to you a little bit about what goes on at NeuroStreet. Remember earlier this morning, I said, have you ever heard of Netflix before? How many of you guys have a Netflix account? Did anybody here have a Netflix account? Just type a yes in the chat box if you do. Some of you may or may not. Maybe you're still using cable. maybe you got a dish, but I would say that 90% of households have a Netflix account. They've basically dominated the media space, right? Well, I'm not saying that we're Netflix, but what we've done could be compared to Netflix. When we decided to build our frameworks for teaching traders how to trade, we wanted to do something that no one else has ever done before, which means we give you an all-inclusive model. An all-inclusive model means you have access to all of our education portals for every market: stocks, futures, Forex, options, and cryptocurrencies, okay? Whether you're a stock trader or an options trader, you get both of them. There's no separate purchases. You don't have to buy one course and then, if you want that course, you got to buy that course. And there's just so much noise out there that's just, you spend so much money before you end up making it, and it doesn't make sense to me, right? If you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on courses and trade rooms and systems, and next thing you know, you're broke, you don't have any money to trade with, right? We've also got a strategies course. So the education courses has to do with indicators and concepts. The strategies courses teach you the exact rules to the trading systems. So there's two steps. You can learn the foundation. You can also learn the strategies. But the trading rooms, now this is where we differentiate. We have multiple trade rooms running all week long. So you have access to all of them. You came here as a stock trader, but let's say you wanted to go into the futures room or the Forex room, or you want to go into the stock room, or whatever the case may be. You can go into those rooms as long as you're in our school. You don't have to buy subscriptions or programs to different trade rooms. So you have everything at your exposure. And then the big kicker is all of our software and indicators is a part of our program. We are right now the largest indicator vendor in NinjaTrader, TradeStation, and TradingView. We have the most amount of indicators available on those three platforms in the entire world. We have over 45 products. So we have over 45 indicators. Some people call us the Walmart of indicators because we have more products than numerous companies combined. You say, well, why is that an advantage to me? Because you can use all of our software without having to buy it. You don't have to pay for different indicators, different systems, different, strategies. It's all a part of our school. When you're in, you're in. Okay. It's kind of like when you go to Netflix, if you want to watch a comedy tonight, you can. If you want to watch a horror tomorrow, you can. You want to watch a series, you can, as long as you're using Netflix, right? And what we've done is we've put the power back into the consumer. We've really given the power back to you guys, because how many of you guys have felt that you're sick and tired of spending too much for stuff that doesn't get you results? Can you guys give me a yes or a no? Just trying to get a feel for you, just trying to understand where you're at, right? Because I don't know what you've purchased in the past. I don't know where you've traded. I don't know where you've been, and that type of stuff. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to ask you guys a couple questions. And the reason I want to ask these questions, I just want to kind of get to know who you are and where you're at in your business, because I don't know how much experience you have. But I just want to kind of ask a personal question, and there's no names going to be exposed here. I just want to I'm going to run a poll in here. How many of you guys are currently struggling with your trading? I'm just an honest answer. It's a yes or no poll. And that way I know like where you're at, and I'll share the poll results with the group here, but no names will be exposed. So if you're somebody, and when I say struggling, if you're not consistently profitable or you're not hitting your goals, to me, that's struggling. Okay. And do me a favor, if you guys could all answer, that would be much appreciated. I'm just trying to gauge where you're at, right? Like as a trader, self-awareness is key. We can't help you if we don't understand where you are and where you've been and where you're trying to go, which I really think is a powerful statement. Because like I said earlier, you didn't come here to get a whole bunch of more information. You're going to have access to it, right? Yeah, David, it's all coming, brother. Yeah, we're going to send it out. Not a problem. Yeah, you're already here in the event. You'll get an email. Not a problem. Okay. So the reason I'm asking this, and I've only got about 30% of you who have responded to this poll. So do me a favor, guys, help a brother out. Let me know where you're at. Are you struggling right now? You want some help in your trading? Or are you just, even if you're in the information gathering phase, if you're still struggling, I just want to know where you're at. There's no shame in it, because everybody struggles before they become successful. That's just called life. Okay, so I'm going to run this poll for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. So I'm going to share the results with you guys. We're going to share, well, I'll just tell you right now, 70% of you, okay, 70% of you said that you were struggling, and 30% of you said that you weren't, which is, for those of you that are not struggling, congratulations, because this is a really hard industry. And the fact that you're consistent, that's a very good thing. So kudos. For everybody else who said that they're in need of help, you're in the right place. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple things here, and I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about how we can help you, and how we can get started doing what we're doing, and how you can trade the way we trade and learn what we're doing and be in our classrooms. How many of you guys have heard of The Godfather before? Anybody here watch Al Pacino, The Godfather? Yes, you guys like the old mafia movies back in the day? How many of you guys like those movies? Yeah, they're pretty good. Okay, pretty darn good. Everybody remembers it. Well, he used to run around saying this saying, "I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse," right? That's kind of like their slogan. You love The Godfather, Ed, right? Well, let me kind of explain something. Most of you don't know us yet. You've never been in our trade rooms, or you've never used our indicators. Heck, you've probably maybe never been to an event where we've presented. But in order for me to really, build some trust with you and add some value, I need to make you an offer that you'd have to be literally batshit crazy not to accept it, right? Like it has to be an offer too good to be true, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the retail prices to our packages in the school. And then I'm going to give you your price point. Okay. So I'm going to give you the full price first, and then we're going to go into the discounts. Is everybody on the same page? Give me a yes that makes sense to you. I just want to know where everybody's at, because in order for you to see the value, you need to see what we normally charge and then what I'm going to give it to you for, because I'd like to really wow you and get you into the classrooms and trading with us. And the only way I can do that is to make you an offer you can't refuse. Okay. So we have 3 packages. Okay. In order to do what we do in our school, okay, with our stock program and anything to do with our indicators and software, is our gold package. So everything that I've explained today is our gold package. The other 2 are more education based, but if you're using our software and the indicators and you're going to be using all of the tools and the resources that we're trading with, you're going to need to have the gold package. Now, the gold package retails, okay, the gold package retails for $349 a month. It's a monthly subscription. It's about 1 trade a month, depending on your account size, right? And you can also purchase it annually, and we give you 2 months free, okay? It's an investment for your career, right? It's a monthly fee. You pay 1 monthly subscription, and you get to have all of our trade rooms, all of our systems, all of the parameters, all of the software, all of the education, everything that we do for 1 low monthly fee, okay? But like I said, you don't know us yet. You've never been trading with us. So before I would ever even ask you to commit to that, I want to get you in and start trading with us and moving with us and doing things with us and getting used to what we do. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you a discount that only the Godfather is qualified to give you. Okay. And that's pretty simple. You can come in for $25. If you can afford popcorn and a movie, okay, popcorn and a movie, okay, I can give you a career. Literally, I'm that confident that in the first month we can get you to the point where you're never going to want to trade anywhere else. I can assure you that. And I know it's a bold statement, but we've got work to do, and I can do that. And all I ask is that you show up ready to make money, that you show up committed to learning what we're doing, and you take it serious, because I do consider this to be very serious, because your goals are very serious to us. Okay. So how many of you guys think that's pretty darn good? For less than dinner and a movie, or less than movie, not even dinner. You can't get dinner and a movie for $25. Dinner is more than $25. For $25, okay, I'm going to give you an entire month in our school, okay? But the offer expires now. You don't have time to think about it. You don't have time to be, humming and hawing. Like, it's either you're coming or you're not, right? So you're going to want to join us or you're not. It's that simple, guys, because we have a very simple approach: success. I'm not here. I don't really care where you want to travel or any of that stuff. And I get family's important and all that support, and I get all that. But at the beginning of this program, I told you very simply, all I care about is the money, helping you make money. So if you give me that opportunity, then you can do everything else that you want to do once you're really good with us. Okay. The platforms that, our software is available on NinjaTrader and TradeStation, primarily NinjaTrader. Okay. And I would say about 50% of the tools that we're using are in TradeStation. And we're just turning the servers on for TradingView. But if you're going to be using the execution platforms with chart trading capabilities, NinjaTrader is the primary. And then ultimately, TradeStation has their own chart traders. You could use Thinkorswim. Like, you can use any broker for execution, but I don't know. I use Ninja, and you can clear with Interactive Brokers or Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade. But We've got broker reviews and platform reviews, but the primary platform I'm using is Ninja, and then you can execute on whatever platform you're using. Ninja's free for anyone that's not using it, and you can use, like I said, you're not going to trade live accounts right out the gates. You're going to want to practice in sim. You got to get your bearings. You need to get comfortable. Okay. Now, the only caveat here is that you will need to eventually get the trade ideas scanners and the TC2000 scanners. Okay. And you don't need to get them right away, but you will need to get them. And they're very, very inexpensive, but it's part of the business, right? If you're going to use the scanners, you need to have it. I had to. They're not, because they're not ours, Richard. We don't own them. They're not our products, but we use them. They're our partners. Yeah. But we've arranged discounts. And so what I'll do is I'll show you. But one thing I do want to mention here, and I forgot to mention this, is that this is not a contract. You're not locked in to be subscribing with us. Okay. Like, if we have not surpassed your expectations and you do not feel that we are the best fit for you after the first month, there is no obligation for you to stay. Okay. There's no obligation. We have a love us or leave us policy, no contracts, no commitments. You have a 100% satisfaction guarantee with us, which means you have everything to gain and nothing to lose at this environment, right? Which is a win-win for you. Okay. So as I mentioned, I make you an offer you can't refuse. For less than a movie, I give you a career. So Victor's wondering about add-ons. No, I'll just explain. So this to me is not ours. This is a company we use for the scanners, right? So the scanners are ultimately trade ideas. So trade ideas, I have to pay for these myself. Yeah. And the other, you don't need the TC2000. This is an extra platform I use for scanning. This is an extra platform we use for scanning, which is really this scanner right here is the same as the TC2000 or this scanner here. So you don't need both. You could use one or the other, right? So it's not a huge commitment for you. And what's nice is that this is what everybody uses. So if you're going to be scanning for stocks, you need a scanning. Use the same one, Victor. You have this one right here. Then you're already there. You're all Johnny on it. Victor's ahead of the ball game, guys. Good job. Right? So that's just the way it is, because Ninja is for charting and execution and for trading, and then we use the scanners, right? So that's fantastic. Right? So I'm going to run a poll here, guys, and I'm going to leave this open to questions for you guys, because Ashley's put the link in the chat box. I want to run a poll here because, like I said, the only thing I'm here to do is help you, right? We've got several thousand traders we've traded with, and that's not some claim to fame. Nobody cares how many traders we work with, but all I care about is helping you, right? Which means the more people that we have trading with us, the more people we can help. So I'm going to put a poll in here, and just do me a favor and fill it out. So that way I know to help you. If you would like for our team to contact you, if you have specific questions and we haven't answered them here, or and you would need assistance in that, then just there it is. Okay. And because obviously you're gonna have some questions, right? And if you're ready to buy and you're ready to rock and roll, then the link's in the chat box, and we'll send a link out to you as well. Okay. And if you don't feel that this is the right fit for you, then hey, no worries. But I hope you've learned something, because maybe, in the next time you come by, you've changed your mind, and that's that, right? The main objective here is that you hit your goals. If you're trying to make $500 or $1,000 a day, or whatever your goal is, we can get you there, but you need a trade plan, and you need to have a trading room, and you need to have a strategy that is being traded successfully by other students and other traders, which we can provide for you. Now, don't forget, you get access to the Discord rooms, you get access to all of the software, the strategies, the videos, the trade rooms, everything is included. It's an all-inclusive school. We're the only school in the world that actually does that. Yeah, with multiple trade rooms, all systems and software included. So now it's time for Q&A, guys, because I'm going to leave it open for you for the next 5 minutes or so. So if you want to put in the chat box and you want to you want to, you know, ask your questions. I'm sure that other people have some questions too. Just pipe them in and we'll go over them. Do you scan all mini small caps? I traded. Yes, we do. We scan everything. Well, it depends on the parameters in the scan. Like some people will scan for less than $10, some scans less than 30. I have my scanners run 2 to 20. So I don't trade anything less than $2 and anything over 20, but unless I'm trading sector scans, because then I'll trade outside of that because it's a sector play. Yeah. And if you're interested in trading options or you want to trade swing trades, does anybody here trade swing trades on options? Give me a yes if you're trading swing trades or you're looking at swing trading in a bigger long-term hold or any of that stuff. Any options traders in here? Because this is all small cap discussions, but do you guys want to see all the, Yossi, we're going to be turning the TradingView software on probably in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, fingers crossed, because we had to have our servers built to be able to accommodate all of our indicators. Yeah. So what I'm going to do for those is, so Rod's asking for swing, Tony, ZJ. Okay, so now that I've covered the small cap stuff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the swing trades that we called in the room last week. So just so you guys know, for swing traders, because we do swing trades. So give me 1 second here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you when you're swing trading. I'm just going to show you a few things here, guys, just for a second. The only time I'm going to be interested in swing trading, okay, is when the daily is coming off support in the regression. And this is very, very powerful concept, very simple, but you need to understand the power behind it, okay? So there was a few times we would want to engage in swing trading. Down at the bottom in support, okay, so let me just grab this. Okay, right here, give me 1 second. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna do this. So there, okay, we're gonna drag this over here and I'm gonna show you where it is. So here, and now we don't trade these. This is not our strategy. This is the only time I would start looking at swing trades in our program. I'm not interested in swing trading unless we're trading with big picture. So what ended up happening last week, around when we overshot the low ends of our channels, I said to the traders, I said, let's run our swing scans and let's mark up all of the opportunity. Yeah, quadruple money back. I find you funny, Mark. So hear me out on this, okay, guys. I want to go into this so I don't get derailed here. So last week, actually, I said to the traders in our classroom, I said we should start looking at our swing trade scans because we're really in a major area of daily support, and if we hold this level, we're going to see some really good follow through on the hourly charts. And so we trade off the hourly charts. And so what we did was I flagged those. I flagged all of these trades over here. You can see I have a flag chart over here. And what we do, this is one of our swing strategies. We have a scanners that run. Okay, we have scanners that run over here. And I'm only looking at long, so we can just do this. Okay. And we marked all the circles, like all of the circles where the scanners were hitting. We have scans that run that are looking for scans, and we'll teach the scans in a different lesson. If you're in the stock class, you will watch the videos, but all of these are hitting the scan criteria on our hourly charts. So we run scanners across 8,000 stocks, and only these stocks right now are giving us the trigger. But we would only enter the trades based off of the 4-hour chart and on the daily time frame. And so what ended up happening was we looked through them today to see which ones hit targets. I'll go to GNPX. GNPX would still be in play. Yeah, you got karaoke tonight. Mark, see you in the classroom, brother. If you need any assistance, let my team know. We'll get you up and running. Thanks for your purchase. And karate, you're a karate champion. Cobra Kai. So you've got KNPX. And this is still in play. This didn't hit the 1-to-1 yet, so this stock's still in play. Pins, this stock is still in play. It still hasn't hit the full target yet, but we're still waiting for it. This was a huge trade. This one this is a big trade. And you could trade options on these. You don't have to trade the stock. we teach you how to trade options on these. This one got stopped out. This was a stop out, and this one was a huge trade. So there's 2 wins, 1 stop out, and 2 that are 3/4 to targets. And the reason that all these swing trades are hitting is because the daily was in support. So we'll teach you how to scan these stocks, and the main objective is you should only be trading options when volatility supports the premiums on those options. So there's going to be some times where you're going to want to um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of shorting. Not a big fan of shorting. Most of our traders and our stats prove that you make a lot more money trading with the market than against it. Now that's my own opinion. I'm not here to change yours, but the stats are stats. And the big thing here is that when the market's rallying, you want to be trading strong sectors with strong stocks in those sectors, right? And the main objective here is that you could choose to buy call options if the volatility was low and the premiums were low. And if the premiums were high, then you buy the stock, right? Then you buy the stock, right? So these were swing trades and they hit. A couple of them hit really nice targets, and you could have traded options on these very nicely. And so the big thing here is, it really depends on your focus. We have both. We teach you small cap day trading and we teach you swing trading as well. The only question is when do you want to trade them, right? And we do both. So you're in good hands, and you're definitely, you're going to be able to take advantage of that with us. So I'll just kind of put the offer back up, and then we'll put the, we'll put the opportunity for you guys to get on board. For everybody that requested to contact us, we'll definitely do that. And if you want to save 93%, yeah, simulators are on Ninja, Richard. You don't need to pay for that. NinjaTrader has a built-in simulator, so you don't need to have some special simulator. Our platforms have it. So you just download NinjaTrader for free. You install all of our indicators, you trade their simulators, and then when you're ready to trade live, you open up a brokerage account. You don't need to go through a whole bunch of bells and whistles with what we do. Our platforms are designed for it much easier than a lot of other. Like there's a lot of other platforms out there like Lightspeed and TD Ameritrade and all that stuff, but they're just, I don't know, man. I just don't really think they're that great. I just don't really see the point in using them. Execution's really not that favorable for new traders. You got to use order tickets and domes, and it's just, I don't know. I'm a visual trader. I see things pattern. I trade more money from that way. You can use other platforms, and if you want to open up offshore accounts and bypass pattern day trading rules, you can do that too. We have resources in the members area for that, but you can use any execution platform you want to trade our strategies. It's just, we have all of our software on Ninja, and you can use that or you don't have to. It's your choice. But you can still come into our classrooms and still trade with us. So instead of paying full price, we're going to give it to you for 93% off. Less than movie tickets, guys, and we can change your destiny if you really want to trade with us. So I look forward to teaching you guys. I look forward to trading with you in the classrooms. I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. And if anybody has any questions or needs assistance, we're going to send out the recap, the video, and all of the details. And yeah, have yourself a great evening. I look forward to trading with you. Any unanswered questions that I didn't get a chance to answer, just shoot us an email, and our team will follow up with you, and we'll definitely help you out. Okay. A lot of our trade, yes, it is Essentra. So if you guys came in late and you missed the presentation, no worries. We recorded the whole thing. All of our indicators are on NinjaTrader. 50% of them are on TradeStation, and the other 50% on TradingView are going to be turned on very quickly as soon as our servers are licensed with TradingView. Yeah, very soon. And you don't have to pay to use different indicators on different platforms. When you're in the school, you're in. Everything's an all-inclusive model. You're either in or you're not. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the charts. Have a fantastic evening. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.